This is you, sitting there, scrolling through your phone, heart heavy, wondering if she's even thinking about you. Maybe this feels familiar, the silence, the emptiness, the nights where you replay every conversation, every fight, every moment you wished you'd said something different. You tell yourself you're moving on, but inside a part of you aches, hoping she notices, hoping she regrets leaving. And then it hits you. She's not reaching out. She's not calling. She's not sending that text you've been waiting for. And suddenly the thought that maybe, just maybe, she's realizing what she lost begins to creep in. Does she even know you're moving on? Can she feel it yet? That quiet confidence building inside you, the kind that scares her more than anything, starts to take shape. You catch yourself smiling at things you used to overthink. You're laughing at jokes she wouldn't get, enjoying moments she wouldn't share. And the wild part, you feel lighter, freer, stronger. And she's watching. But here's the question, the one that makes your chest tighten and your mind spin. What happens the moment she realizes she's not in control anymore and you've already moved on? Most men get this situation completely wrong. They chase, they plead, they hope, and they beg for attention that was never theirs to command. They think showing need, showing pain will make her care. But that's exactly the mistake, the trap every man falls into. Here's the truth. Calm, grounded, masculine authority isn't about proving you care. It's about owning your life, your choices, your energy, and your time. It's about moving forward with confidence, even when the world seems to pull you backward. When you stop reacting to her moods, her silence, her games, that's when the power shifts. Most men believe they have to fight for her attention to keep her, but real strength is quiet. Real presence doesn't demand validation. The moment you embrace this, the moment you stop needing her approval, that's when panic begins on her side. That's when she notices you've moved on, and suddenly the dynamic changes entirely. The core principle here is simple. Your value is defined by your actions, your life, and your growth, not by someone else's recognition of it. When you embody that fully, everything she expected, everything she thought she controlled, crumbles without you lifting a finger. The room is quiet. The soft hum of the city outside barely reaches you, but it fills the emptiness between your thoughts. Your phone sits face down on the table. You don't check it. You don't need to. Not anymore. Maybe this feels familiar. That tight knot in your chest, the nights you spent replaying every word, every fight, every moment you wished you'd handled differently. You used to lie awake, waiting for a message, a call, anything to remind you she cared. But tonight, something's different. You step outside. The air hits your face, cool, crisp, alive for the first time in weeks. You breathe without it feeling like a punishment. You laugh at a memory she wouldn't have understood, savor a song you didn't know you missed. It's strange, almost foreign, the freedom of not needing her. And in that silence, you sense it, the shift. You feel her absence differently now, not as a wound, but as a gap she can't fill. She watches from afar, unaware of the calm strength you've built. You don't chase, you don't plead, you just live. And that's when the panic begins, not in you, but in her. Because the truth is, she didn't expect it. She didn't expect you to move on first, and now nothing will ever feel the same again. Most men think if they chase harder, text faster, show more emotion, they'll get her back. That's the first false belief. The truth? Neediness doesn't inspire love. It signals absence of self. She doesn't panic because you're hurt. She panics when she sees you living your life without her. Another lie we tell ourselves, that staying silent means weakness, that doing nothing is passive. But real strength is quiet, grounded, unwavering. Your calm, confident absence is louder than any text or call you could send. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. She didn't lose interest. She lost control when you stopped giving her the power over your happiness. Wake up to this. Panic doesn't start when you chase. It starts when you move on. And that's when the tables turn. This is what the 3% man understands. His value isn't tied to someone else's attention. He knows that longing, chasing, and needing approval never create attraction. They create desperation. He doesn't act from fear or hope. He acts from clarity, purpose, and self-respect. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. He doesn't text to fill the silence. He doesn't plead to prove he cares. He moves through life with calm confidence, letting his actions, his energy, his growth, his happiness speak louder than words ever could. This is the mindset shift. He knows that the moment he stops reacting, the moment he stops waiting for validation, he becomes unshakable. And it's in that quiet strength, that grounded certainty, that the dynamic shifts. She notices not because he chased, but because he stopped needing. The 3% man doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't hope for her realization. He lives fully, unapologetically, and in doing so, he becomes magnetic without even trying. The sun dips low, painting the room in soft amber light. You're sitting there, shoulders relaxed, the phone forgotten on the table, and suddenly it hits you, not like a shock, not like anger, but like a quiet tide rolling in. You remember yourself. Not the version who begged for attention, who twisted words into meaning, who waited for her to notice, but the man you were before all of that. You feel it in your chest, a slow, steady pulse of certainty. Your worth wasn't ever in her hands. It was here all along inside you, unshakable, waiting to be remembered. And in that remembrance, something shifts. The tension in your body loosens, the nights of replaying every text, every silence, every imagined slight. They fade meaningless. You realize the power wasn't in chasing or proving. It was in living fully and being unapologetically yourself. The longing softens into clarity, the ache transforms into quiet pride, and somewhere far away she begins to notice, not because you tried to make her, but because you finally stopped trying at all. In that moment, you're awake, you're whole, and everything she thought she controlled slips through her fingers while you finally step into the life you were meant to lead. The moment you stop waiting for her is the moment she realizes she was never in control of you.